Hey guys, it's Lulu,
Lala.
and we're back. I know we kind of like disappeared for like a month.
We never really left, but yes, we kind of left for
The holidays.
We
left for the holidays, and then we're supposed to come back in January, but I had a couple of health issues I needed to tackle on first, and health before anything. That's my new slogan.
Priority.
So I guess I should just talk about that, right? So
Sure, yeah.
Let everybody, I think you guys know I had breast cancer last year. February 14th, actually Valentine's Day, that is my anniversary where I'm cancer free. And so my cancer is estrogen based. So they put me on a pill called tamoxifen. And a lot of times people get side effects like hot flashes and headaches and joint pain and fatigue. And sometimes other people don't get anything.
However,
For me, I had the side effects. So, after a month, your body gets used to it. And so I've been on this tamoxifen for about 3 months or so, give or take.
longer.
Maybe a little longer. And we went to go do blood work, which is what we do every year at the beginning of the year, just to make sure everything is good, your yearly, which is what everyone should do because everyone should be taking care of their health.
Right.
And so the blood work comes back and my liver enzymes are through the roof. They're super high. So the oncologist told me to get off of the tamoxifen.
However, the funny part here is that...
Well, it's not funny, but
it's comical.
Yeah.
Because my blood work came back and my liver levels are just as bad as my sister's. Maybe not...
They're not as bad, Lala.
But they're both bad. They're both at a concerning level. Yours more so than mine. And so the funny part here is it because we are just so identical
And so in sync
that even when it comes to blood work, we're identical? Or could it be that the lab mixed up some of the vials?
Yes.
And that's why mine comes off almost similar to yours. So it's this confusing thing that we've had to
It's
deal
one of
with.
those things that, like, this is the double-edged sword of being a twin. So we have similar names, right? Lulu Gonzalez, Lala Gonzalez. I still have not changed my name just because I've been dealing with health. I will get to it, but I understand the similarities in name. I understand that we look the same.
And that we still dress the same sometimes.
Right. So I could understand if they got it mixed up, and we also have the same birthday. So that's normally what they ask you, same birthday. But that's why you should be checking what you're doing.
When it comes to like lab work like that and some
When it comes to medical overall.
people's health, like you really have to be detailed in what you're doing, because I remember your results came in. We went the same day. Your results came in. I'm waiting around 2-3 days for mine. Mine hasn't come in. I call up the lab and they end up sending me my sister's blood work. So I'm looking through it and I'm like, wow, like it's been a year and I really have changed. And then I realized this isn't mine,
which is kind of like against the HIPAA. Like you violated that. You sent my stuff to somebody else. Granted, she's my sister, but I'm like, well, how do you know that I wanted you to send my blood work to her? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is un file.
Total. And I guess that's the frustrating part of being identical twins. Like you said, it does have a double-edged sword, but this is the first time that when it comes to medical, they mix us up. I remember when we were in college, they would mix us up when it came to registering classes, when we were trying to get loans. It's happened... Even when we were, this dates back to even when we were born, they kept issuing me the same Social Security as her, where my mom actually had to go to the Social Security offices with us, show them they're twins. You keep sending me the same Social Security number for the other one. We need two. So, I mean, it's comical, but it's frustrating.
Yeah, like whoever's behind, know what you're doing. Like, this is a big thing, like they could have put me on some other medication and I don't need it, or they could have put Lala on medication and she really doesn't need it because there's been a mix-up. This is unacceptable. Understandable, but unacceptable.
And I'm curious to know for any identical twins that are out there, or if you know of identical twins that this has happened to, let us know, because I can't possibly think that we're the only ones that go through this.
Yeah.
There has to be other twins out there that understand us.
Yeah. We actually went back to the gym. I've been working out. just because, you know, for health reasons, you gotta really, I have been so much more into health and what I'm eating. And so that's why I've been kind of like, health is more important to me than anything else that's happening in the world.
Oh, and by the way, they asked us, have you guys been drinking? And I'm like, you haven't drank since 2023.
Yep.
And the last time I drank was, I think when we were in Tampa, which was at the beginning of January, where I only had one martini.
And you didn't even finish it.
Coffee martini. They didn't even finish it. And I'm like, it can't possibly be that one martini that I had, that my liver levels are off the roof. Like,
yeah, they mixed it up because, again, we've been eating right. At least I know I have. Yeah. We've been going to the gym, exercising, so something's off.
I'm not even on vitamins.
You're not on any medication.
I'm on nothing.
So, needless to say, we're going to be going back to get more blood work, but this time,
separate. I'm going to go a different day than you, maybe to a different lab place as well.
So that's that. I wanted to tap in a little bit, Lala, about the Grammys. I know this happened back on Sunday, but I just wanted to give my 2 little senses.
Well, I mean, I thought it was a great show overall, but the one thing that really like bothered me to the core was the clip of, this wasn't even during the Grammys, it was the red carpet, where the 2 ladies kind of cut off Babyface mid-interview just to try and get to Chaperone, which is not Chaperone's fault. She probably doesn't even know what the heck was going on, but I think it was very disrespectful and unprofessional, and I just felt so bad for Babyface. I applaud how he handled it, like what a way to handle it. But I just feel like, man, what a lost opportunity. They could have handled it so differently. They could have waited for him to finish his sentence and then invited Chaperone over, and maybe even have a Chaperone ask Babyface for some advice in the music, like newbie versus veteran and vice versa. They could have had so much fun in that moment, and they failed horribly.
And we understand, because we've done red carpets for award shows, red carpets for movie premieres, and it is a circus. It's chaotic. You're screaming to the publicist, to the artist, to the management. You're also fighting against all the other reporters. So it gets kind of chaotic, and sometimes you don't even know what's going on. You're just calling out names. So on that end, I understand those 2 ladies, but you're at the Grammys.
Like you're with I think they're with the Associated Press. Like, expect the unexpected, like, and know how to handle.
That was so uncalled for. It was
very. I appreciate that they recognized how bad that, and it was live too. Because at least if it was pre-recorded, you could just edit that out, whatever. But they apologized. They, understood that it was a very bad look and a disrespect, but the damage was...
I think the biggest disrespect out of the Grammys was Kanye West showing up with his wife and her being naked. I think this is a family show. What are you doing? What's with the spectacle? Are you not getting enough attention? Clearly, you're not, because he even said it. We won the Grammys. We've been trending. Really? That's what you have to stoop that low?
For attention?
For attention. Also, and it's not even that. Like, your wife is the one that did it. Not even you, Kanye. So to me, I'm like, you have daughters.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go at. Like, I remember Kanye once going at Kim Kardashian because he didn't want his kids using TikTok or whatever, and he didn't want her posting about the kids on her personal TikTok or Instagram. But then here you are parading your wife naked and like proud. Like, what's the message here?
What kind of man allows their woman, their wife, to go on a red carpet completely naked? You don't love that person. I'm sorry. That is not a form of love. That is a form of exploiting your wife. Now, I don't know what she may be feeling. Maybe she's just going along with it because who knows? Or maybe she's all about it and loves it. I don't know. I just thought it was completely uncalled for. It was very offensive.
It was very low class.
Very cheap and low class. And you, again, why don't you let your music or whatever it is you're working on, Kanye, speak for itself? Stop using your wife to get attention. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
It's just uncalled for.
I know. It's unfortunate because, it's just, I just don't get it. I don't. Like,
what are you saying to
what's the point?
What are you saying to your girls, that it's okay to walk around naked in a street? Like, what are we promoting here?
Yeah. But besides that, it was a great show. I feel though that the Grammys has lost a little bit of its like prestige in a way, and perhaps I'm wrong, but even with the red carpet, with the whole naked fiasco, I feel it takes away from like it's music's biggest night. So it should always be about the artists, the songwriters, the arrangers, the musicians, you know? It should be not about what you're wearing on a red carpet or who you're showing up with. It's about music, you know, and anyone that's in the music industry, like that's what they live, breathe, eat. Like, I don't know. I guess that's like we worked in radio for so long because of the love that we have for music. And sometimes I'm like, all right, cool. They're wearing that. Let's get to like, the actual, you know.
I expected that stunt at the MTV VMAs, not at the Grammys. I don't expect ridiculousness at the Oscars or the Golden Globes. Like there's a certain type of caliber, right? And
to then these award shows.
And now you're just dumbing it down or taking the class out of it.
Yeah. But that's just our opinion. Doesn't mean that we're
right.
Love
the performances. I loved Doechii. I loved Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. I loved
Cynthia, the tribute to Quincy Jones. The when Cynthia came out, and first of all, that's one of my favorite songs of all time, "Fly Me to the Moon," and the way that she sang it, I was just like,
beautifully done. Teddy Swims did his thing.
Everyone, it was a great show overall.
Great. Kendrick Lamar won a lot of awards, and of course, Beyonce won Album of the Year and Best Country Album of the Year. I have my reservations on that topic, and I'll keep it there. You guys can assume whatever it is I have in mind.
Anyway, I thought it was a great show.
It was a great show.
And happy for all the winners.
Speaking of the show, Lala, there's a big show. There's a big game going down on Sunday. It's Super Bowl.
I didn't know it was this Sunday. I thought it was next week.
No, it's this Sunday.
Oh my God. I've been so concentrating on me and like just... You've been out of it.
That I can't believe. I thought it was next week. Nope, it's this Sunday. The Chiefs are taking on the Eagles. I am rooting for the Eagles because they're the closest thing to the East Coast. They're our neighbors. And I want the Eagles to win. And I also feel like the Chiefs, sorry to cut you off. I also feel like the Chiefs, they've already won. And if they win again, it's just going to be boring. Like, okay, here we go. They won again.
First of all, I'm not rooting. I don't follow either team, so I don't really mind who wins. May the best team win. But if I have to choose, probably the Eagles. I don't agree with you when you say they've already won and it's boring. That to me makes no sense. So what are you saying? That they shouldn't play the game the way that they play to let other people win?
No, I'm not saying that. I don't want to see them win again. I want the Eagles to win. So I want the
Eagles
Chiefs to win.
have won too. The Eagles have won.
Yes, but
maybe like what?
Couple of years ago.
3 years ago or something like that. So like, no, I think if the Chiefs are going to play good, and if they win again this year, then bravo for them.
I also feel like the Chiefs have made the Super Bowl all about Taylor Swift.
Is it the Chiefs? I think it's more the NFL.
You're right. It's the NFL. And this is no fault to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is living her best life, doing what she does best.
She's just doing being herself.
But I feel that it's kind of a slap to the face to all the players on the field, to the coaches, to everyone that's involved, because man, these guys are out there in the field playing day in and day out. They're practicing. It should be about the game and the plays. It should not be about if Taylor Swift is dancing, is she singing, who did she bring, is Blake Lively gonna be there? Like the game should not be about her. It should be about the game itself, the players.
I agree with you, but I do kind of feel that maybe the Chiefs and the players and the coaches are all kind of like, they're not mad at it. I mean, Taylor Swift, because of being there, has brought in a whole new audience, and they have made a lot more money.
Understandable.
So I get it. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I think that's great, but I still feel like it should be about the game.
Yes, and what I find annoying is the talk already about whether... Will Kelsey propose to Taylor if they win? Are they going to pan the cameras to Taylor during the national anthem? Is Taylor Swift going to pop out during Kendrick Lamar's performance? Like, who cares?
But that's what I'm saying. Like why are we revolving all of it around Taylor Swift? Is she playing in the game? Is she a football player? Because I didn't get the notice. Like, why are we evolving it around her? Again, not her fault, but it should be about the players. Like, first of all, why would she come out with Kendrick Lamar?
Well,
like, why are you trying to take Kendrick Lamar's thunder away from him and putting Taylor there? Why do we care if Kelsey is going to propose? Shouldn't we worry about whether he's going to catch the ball and do what he's supposed to do what he's being paid to do?
Well, I think that, you know what, now thinking about it, I don't mind it because it's pop culture. And so you're bringing in like music world into football and like the pop, like it's a whole new, I understand it now.
Yeah, no, I want to see the game, and I want to work. I want to see the game, and I want to concentrate on the game. I want to see the plays. I want to see what's going on, and I don't care about the noise outside. Let's give the players what they deserve, our attention.
Okay,
that's it.
Aren't you excited for like the commercials?
Well, yeah, that's the
Super Bowl performance.
Yes, that's what we should be concentrating. The game, the performance, and the commercials. That's it.
No, that's it. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Well, hopefully it's a great game. May the best team win. And yeah, I'm still camp.
Did you see how much these tickets are going for?
Ridiculous.
I think I saw or I read somewhere that, you know, if you want to sit in the good seats, they were going for like $56,000 to $57,000, $60,000.
Yeah, I could see that.
Ridiculous. I cannot justify paying that obscene amount of money for one game.
Well, I mean, if you have the money and you're a big fan,
right?
Go for
if
it.
you have the money, do whatever you want with it. I'm not telling you. I just feel like there's so many other things you could be spending your money on.
That's someone's salary.
Yeah, that's 2 salaries depending on your work, on what your field is. That's a lot of money for just a couple of hours of a game.
Well, it's not just a game. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl.
You know, like it's a lot of money. I did see that they were reselling tickets for the tickets that are higher above, like for $6,000, $7,000. Not as bad as $60,000, but still very steep for just a game. But if you're a fan,
I would definitely go for it. I think the best Super Bowl that we have experienced was when it was in Miami.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Did we have fun?
Maybe too much fun. That was good times.
Good times.
We actually wanted to go to New Orleans because it's been a while since we go to New Orleans. But with all these things happening with the plane, I was like, why don't we sit this one out?
Yeah.
I don't even know. What are you going to do?
I don't know yet. Like, I'm usually the one to be like, where's the party at?
Right.
You know, I'm like, dicen party, ahí estoy. But because I was so unaware that it's already this weekend, I don't know really. I don't know. I don't have any plans.
I don't know if I know there's an Eagles bar in New York City. So maybe we'll do that. Or maybe we'll just stay our happy ass home and watch it from the comfort of our home.
I still don't know.
It's cold out.
Yeah, it is.
Then you have to find parking and then congestion pricing. And then you have to eat out, and that's all like fried food.
You're being negative right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We shall see. But anyway, that's just been. We wanted to come on and just give like, hey, we haven't disappeared again. We have to adjust sometimes.
Yeah. Next week though, we'll be talking about Valentine's Day. Yeah. Lala's favorite day.
I have always hated Valentine's Day. Whatever.
I love Valentine's Day for a whole different reason now, but we'll get into that next week.
Yeah, but we hope everyone's doing well, and until the next episode. Bye.
Bye.